Hello, everyone. Today we're talking about a lawsuit that was won by the Firearms Policy Coalition challenging the state's increased waiting periods that we experienced many times in the past few years. Now, let's talk briefly about what the laws are in California because we have to cover a little bit. Otherwise, I'll get way too many questions asking what's going on. So in the state of California, we have a cool down period, a 10-day period of time where from when you purchase the firearm, fill out the background checks, sign in thumbprint, all that stuff, it gets registered, sent off to the state. Then you have 10 days, 10 24-hour periods until you can actually come and get the gun. This is called a cool down period. During that time, typically, it should be plenty enough time for the California Department of Justice to process a background check, make a determination, and either come back with approved, denied, or delayed. Delayed, usually under normal circumstances, would happen if someone has a similar name or maybe there's some misinputted information. A lot of the times what I saw when I worked in a gun store was a customer would buy a gun. They had previously had something on their record that they were cleared of and was never charged, never actually convicted of something. But for some reason, there were issues with the paperwork. They call them up, they figure it out, everything gets sorted, they get their gun within the 30-day window that they have to pick it up. Now, what was going on recently? Well, you might remember some videos that I've talked about in the past where in 2020, the delays and the waiting periods were getting so long that people were going to a status that's called undetermined. Now, what that means is within that 30-day period of time, the state did not come back and say approved or denied. They just never got to it. Now, many gun stores do not take the liability upon themselves to release that firearm, so people would be put in a situation where they did not have a means to legally acquire their gun. Many times the people would just run the background check again after waiting a full 30 days, then having to wait another 10 days because it's a new background check, then maybe getting through the process with the DOJ. All of this was happening because the DOJ claimed that they were understaffed and could not handle the demand in the COVID era. I heard from people that worked at the Department of Justice say that new employees were taking those DROS files that they were working on, getting all that personal information, and taking it home with them to work on it from home. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but it came from a pretty reliable source, and it's kind of crazy, especially when you consider one of those DOJ agents apparently, who knows, had some documents stolen from their vehicle. That's really cool. I'm very glad that happened. I'm so glad that the DOJ handles our information so well. They would never do something like leak all of our personal information. Oh wait, they've done that to me personally twice and to every CCW holder recently. DOJ doesn't do their business good. So what was going on? Well, people were very upset with the fact that the DOJ was preventing them simply due to their own inadequacies. They were preventing them from having a legal means to acquire a gun. So the Firearms Policy Coalition in Campos v. Bonta filed a lawsuit, and they recently won because the state of California did not use one of the routes that they had. The DOJ did not use a legal means to delay people. They were delaying people solely because they didn't get to the paperwork in time. Not because some information was suspicious, not because some information was missing, not because of some actual legally justifiable reason for a delay. I'm using that in terms of what the California Department of Justice, what the California legislatures have written, not what I agree with, just putting it out there. So the DOJ was not playing by the rules. This judge said that because they were not playing by the rules, they should have been able to process that stuff within 10 days so that someone could pick up the gun between the 10th and 30th day. Now, I'm going to read this from the FPC website, which I am going to leave a link to down below. In order for the DOJ to delay a transfer to conduct additional research, it must have some substantial information from the background check conducted within the first 10 days. That because of something discovered in the records that meets at least one of the 3 statutorily established criteria. Basically saying they have 10 days to find something tangible to be a reason to delay it past that 10-day waiting period. Despite all of this, in 2020, the DOJ established a policy and practice where it would extend the 10-day waiting period to 30 days whenever the background check was not complete. A plain reading of the statute's language shows that the legislature added the 3 specific circumstances for which the department may delay releasing firearms when background checks are not completed, wrote San Diego Superior Court Judge John S. Mayer in his order. Thus, contrary to the respondent's argument, these specified situations do not show the legislature intended to provide the department authority to delay release for any reason that the background checks are not completed. He's basically saying that, hey, the legislature gave you 3 reasons that you could delay someone. You are not using one of those 3 reasons. You are just delaying them. Had the legislator wished to create a broader allowance for a 30-day delay whenever the DOJ determined additional time is needed, it could have done so, but it did not. This is all basically leading to the DOJ saying, or being put in a position where they cannot have a practice of just delaying people for the sake of it. This is a practice that has continued for a long time. You might have seen various waves of time where people would be in my comments or people would be posting about it. I might share some stories on Instagram, that kind of thing, talking about how people were getting delayed or people were getting background checks normally 10 days on the dot. They've purchased a lot of guns. All of a sudden, the last few have taken 13 or 15 days. Talk to many gun store owners, they would say the same things. There were waves of periods of time where the DOJ would just take longer to process many background checks. This is all because they're just not very good at their job. They're understaffed? Don't know. Moral of the story is, they just weren't getting to it. They just weren't doing it. They just were not doing it fast enough. There wasn't a real reason. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just they suck. In addition to things like that, we've also seen the DOJ have practices like with... Now, I don't want to say certain words on camera because videos tend to get hidden, but if you look up Kamala Harris on my channel, you'll find a video where I talked about how when she was in charge of the DOJ in California, they established a policy where people could be delayed or denied firearm background checks simply because a cop asked them to. Now, that is not something that is legal. They established a lot of illegal policies which were in writing and we have proof of. It's weird that that video during that time kind of went unnoticed. It's weird that it didn't get pushed out to many viewers. It's weird that it didn't get seen by many people. But I'll take my tinfoil hat off of this 5 head and, this is just a shitty situation. The DOJ has run rampant and it's good that in this situation, the DOJ was forced to be put in check. Let me know what you guys think down below. You guys know the drill. Have fun, be safe, stay dangerous. Peace.